Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the theme of Christmas horror, we're going to watch from this double disc here, Silent Night, Bloody Night. Let's check it out.
One last time, I have to see this ground. It's beautiful now, as if nothing had happened here. Soon they will tear down the main house, and then nothing will be left.
A flashback to 1937, I believe.
I, Wilfred Butler, being of sound mind and body, at least what the world considers sound, do hereby leave my house and its grounds and all personal effects within that house to my only surviving relation, my grandson, Geoffrey Butler.
This is somebody escaping from like a local insane asylum. Mr. Carter.
All right, let's begin.
He's involved in the sale of this house.
As you know, I've been retained by Geoffrey Butler. The matter concerns the house that he inherited from his grandfather, Wilfred Butler.
That's John Carradine.
Actually, you want to improve it.
Exactly.
My client understands that, and he fully sympathizes, and he's willing to sacrifice the house for $50,000.
This is Mr. Carter's mistress.
I was wondering, if we get it, what then?
Tear it down.
Okay.
That guy who just escaped from the mental institution, he's now on the prowl. There goes Mr. Carter and his mistress.
Mr. Carter? I'm not Carter. Who is this?
The owner.
Butler.
I'm worried, Sheriff. Carter's not here.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I can't. I'm sick.
Now this is Geoffrey Butler going to the home of Mary Warrenoff.
Come in.
The odd thing is, I believe she invited him there, but she's got a gun on him.
Okay, mister, that's far enough. What do you want here?
Mary.
Now this is the grave of Wilfred Butler, and the diary of Wilfred Butler is there. Now how it survived all those years, I don't know. Or was it placed recently? I'm gonna go with recently. Mr. Toman, John Carradine.
So tell us. Tess has gone to his house.
Why would she go there?
I don't know. Anyway, she won't get in.
Everyone's getting strange phone calls.
No. Christmas Eve, 1935.
Hello? Hello? Is that you?
This is Tess.
Take it, Tess.
As an asylum for mental
This
patients.
is some of the backstory of the house.
And then Butler goes on to say that he has committed his own daughter. Mary Ann will live at the asylum. There's no end to this story. It's been carefully cut out of all the papers.
It's very dark here, but I believe they're about to run over this guy. Call to the mayor.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, what?
This is Marianne Butler. I'm calling from my house. Won't you come over here, Mr. Mayor?
Some more backstory.
Trust me. He really believed Marianne would be well. He saw a light. There is a light at the end of a long tunnel.
There is a light. At the end.
Is this Marianne?
My cruelty to Marianne was inhuman. I know that. I had loved her. I had fathered our child, Jeffrey. I had brought her to this. But I swear that on that afternoon, all I wanted was to save my child.
Looks like she was released, as was everybody else. Kind of a creepy scene here with a broken glass.
And so, they killed her. Later, there was a celebration. And then most of the inmates fled. I don't know where. But I shall never forget what they did to my child.
Jeff. Jeff.
Wilfred Butler is still alive. This is still his house. Mates, Tess, Tolman, the sheriff, your father,
No.
all inmates. They killed my mother in this room.
Shooting's not done yet, though.
Please. Please.
I know that my father and Jeffrey both thought they were shooting at killers. But they were simply the last victims in that house of victims. And now, a year later, they will tear down Wilfred Butler's monument. But they can never destroy my memories of what happened here.
All right. So I got this double DVD here of Christmas Evil and Silent Night Bloody Night. The second time I actually have watched the movie Silent Night Bloody Night, and I didn't care for it too much the first time. I didn't care for it too much this time either. I like the feel of this movie. It's early 70s. It's a public domain film, so most of the DVDs and everything out there, the VHS tapes that existed in the 80s, they're all of dubious quality, scratchy, but to me that kind of lends to the charm of this movie like this. It's kind of like a haunted house type of film, but there's also a serial killer going on there. But I don't know. The movie's just kind of slow in my opinion. Mary Warrenoff is in it. I like her. I like a lot of stuff that she does. Nobody else in this movie is really well known at all. We have a story here about a guy named Wilfred Butler who owned this property, and he came back to it in 1937 or something like that. And then next thing you know, he's running out of the house. He's burning on fire. He's allegedly dead. And then there's stuff about his daughter, and she was in an insane asylum, and there's a bunch of inmates, and they all escaped, and they killed people, and it's just to me, it's a convoluted mess. I just really don't care for this movie that much. It's just too slow, and I don't really know what's going on a lot of the time. John Carradine is in this as well. Interestingly, he didn't really have any lines of dialogue. He like dinged this little bell for whatever reason. I don't know if he was supposed to be playing a mute or not, but we do hear him talk. He croaks this line out saying, "Tear it down," at one point, but apparently that was dubbed in later on. He didn't even say that line. So I don't know, just a strange film. But anyway, like I said, the movie is in the public domain. It's been released under a million different companies. I don't know if there actually is a cleaned up good version out there. There might be now. I'm not sure. I think I had this on a couple of DVDs myself. This one was put up by Diamond Entertainment. You could probably get this for $5 or so. I don't know. I'll leave a link down below. If there is a good Blu-ray or something of this movie now, I'll leave a link up to Amazon for you can purchase that if you want. Other than that, though, you can probably find this pretty cheap. So anyway, it's just continuing with the Christmas theme, although there really isn't anything Christmassy related in this film, other than some of the events did take place around that time. Other than that, there's really no connection to Christmas whatsoever. Apparently, one of the original titles of this movie was Zora, which nobody can understand either because there's no character by that name. Or was it Zola? Zora, I think it was. And who knows what that even means. But anyway, came out in the early 70s, and that's about all I have to say about that. So anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. It's called Silent Night, Bloody Night. Great title, by the way. And leave some comments down below if you've seen this mess. Watch it. Bye.